Some people have suggested that we go on some kind of reality homesteading show, the kind where somebody shows up, they tell your story, they tell you what you want, and they help you build it fast. Our answer to that is respectfully, no.
It's not because we have a problem with people doing that. To each his own. We, Egypt and I, just really like to suffer. Just kidding. We decided when we first started this project that we were in it for the long haul and we were going to do it on our own. Those shows are built around speed, and when you are building your own and you're building your own life and your own homestead, that is something that can't be fast forwarded, zoomed through. It takes time, effort, grit to see your dream through to the end.
This is the actual true environment. Don't be fooled by the wistful, beautiful scenery. This is the 20th time, it seems, that this has happened. And that's because winds blow 5,000 miles per hour here. And until we get the little straps on, this will continue to happen. So this is the environment. This is the stakes, the true to life stakes of building your own home in the middle of a wind tunnel.
Building a homestead is hard. It takes time. There is a long learning curve, and there are setbacks, sometimes expensive ones. And this is not something that gets done overnight.
There are some setbacks with this particular machine. We've had to change countless hoses. We've had to rebuild. We've had to work and work and work, keeping this particular tool up and running so we can finish the dream. Homesteading takes money, not quick, fast, here's some dough thrown at you money. It takes time, money, effort. And because we made a commitment not to go into debt for this, we have had to build things as we have saved up the money. And as everyone knows, over the last 6 years since we began this project, the costs of goods have increased exponentially. And so that is a setback in and of itself, that it takes us longer to save up the amount of money we need to buy sheathing or insulation or, for example, the solar panels and the solar unit.
Keeping a homestead is work. The work never ends. If you want to live self-sufficiently, then you're going to work on your homestead every day until you cannot work anymore. If you want a homestead, be ready to do the work yourself and be content with what you have while you build more. Learn to celebrate the incremental progress as you build little by little, because most of the homesteading life is built on incremental progress, not insta-homestead.
Homesteading keeps it real. It keeps you grounded. It strips away all of the notions that someone is going to come in and step in and save you. It also gives you a little bit of an insight into what people elsewhere have to maybe go through just to get even a small, tiny place to live in. It's very fulfilling in a way, but it is also something that does require a lot of intestinal fortitude and grit, because you do not get to see something instantly. You don't get to come back after a weekend of somebody building your home for you to see the entire side completed or the roof on. You see it, experience, touch it, feel it. You are grounded in the moment, in the present, and that is what this experience can do, and that's what it is doing for us.
You know, if you let it, homesteading can keep you real too. But you may see our videos and think, okay, this is an older couple, middle-aged couple, whatever, building an off-grid home in the middle of nowhere. Okay, but for us, it's more than that. Contentment for us is long-term, engineered independence. That's the idea here behind contentment. And so we build it slowly, we're building it permanently, we're building it durably so that it can serve us for many years to come, way into our retirement, we hope, and that it will sustain us.
Is this for you? Have you ever dreamed of building your own home?
If you've ever considered a life like this, I encourage you to take it on. Not because it's easy, but because it's worthwhile. That's the important thing. Decide what is worthwhile to you, decide how you want to tackle it, and then tackle it a little piece at a time. This house isn't being built by a developer, it's not being financed by a bank, and it's not designed to impress anyone. It is being built by us. We're doing it ourselves. We're doing it slowly, deliberately, because we believe that independence is built, not bought. There's a difference between owning a home and a home owning you. Most people today live in systems that they don't control. Debt, utilities, fragile supply chains. And when those systems strain, stress rises with them.
We decided to step off that path, that roller coaster, that Ferris wheel, and take a different turn in life, take responsibility for us, for where we are, for our lives, to be more in control. We're building contentment as a place that works with the land, not against it. Debt-free construction, no loans, no bank pressure. If we can't pay for it, we wait. Systems first, aesthetics second. We prioritize function over finish.
You know, most people today live inside of systems that they don't control. And as a result, they're stuck paying for utilities, they have debt. And when those systems fail, then stress rises with them. We decided to step off of that path. Not out of fear that anything's going to fail, although that's a real fear, but out of responsibility. We wanted to take control of the things that sustain our lives.
You know, this process takes utilizing skills most people don't practice anymore. And my friends have asked, why in the world are you doing this? And sometimes I'm like, because I am insane. But the reality of it is, when they ask me that, the true answer is because I'm doing something people don't do anymore. And I'm taking kind of a pride in it, that this is how people had to live and build 150 years ago. It was all on their own. And I like getting back to that kind of, I'm not going to say traditional lifestyle, but I am going to say I really do like it, that I'm helping with an endeavor that most people will not ever experience. It is a great learning opportunity and a great adventure. You don't have to do what we've done. If you are really interested in this, start with something small. If you've watched homesteading videos, there's kind of a process. Get the chickens, get the pigs, get the cows. And basically that's the concept here. Start by building a chicken coop if you want to practice your building skills. And then you can expand up, then maybe build a small garden shed or something like that. There are ways to go about this process,
in increments to where you're not overwhelmed and just jumping into the deep end of the pool without a life preserver if you need it. The more that you do something like this and the more independent you feel and the more success that you see develop from the things that you are doing on your own, the more confidence you're going to have in your ability to do even bigger and better things. Whatever you want to do, whatever your dreams are and your goals are, starting small and growing those skills will help. As they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
You know, it takes time to do something like this. We've been at this for, well, altogether 7 years. We started working on things before we ever relocated here, and learning how to can food and build our solar generator and things like that. So it takes time. It takes mistakes. It takes learning. But the trade-off is control and satisfaction and contentment. So if you can take one step, just one step at a time toward a goal, if this kind of thing is your goal, learn, for instance, one thing at a time. Learn a little bit about solar. Learn a little bit about chickens. Pay down one debt. Build a structure for yourself and learn in the process. Because just like debt can compound, independence and control and satisfaction and self-reliance can also compound, built little by little, incrementally over time.
We're not building a house. We're building a buffer, a
Margin.
where we can be more self-sustaining. And if more people build buffers and margins into their lives in terms of financial, practical, and
Physical.
responsibility,
Our country would look a lot different.
Amazon wouldn't be rich and we wouldn't be polluting the world with waste from Amazon. And we'd only buy the things that we need, not every single thing that we wanted.